do morro, sou eu mesmo, sim senhor. Venho mostrar ao mundo que tenho valor. Eu sou o rei do terreiro, eu sou samba.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a get ready with me, very chatty, whilst I try out new makeup, some old makeup that I've loved, all my tried and true holy grail products, a few new bits. We're going to discuss my holiday in Lisbon, we're going to discuss the Botox journey. My Botox journey is now finished. This is my finished look and I couldn't be more delighted. Before we go into the video, I'll do a little movement check for you. So this is me frowning. I still have a little movement, but not a lot. My brows are more lifted. I have more real estate on my eyelids, which I'm really happy about. This is me raising. So I can still kind of raise just the end bits, but there are no lines. And these are my non-existent crow's feet that were injected here. Couldn't be happier with the natural looking results. I love Botox. We'll discuss that in the next clip. In the next clip, I will have no makeup on. We will do this look step by step. I really hope you enjoy it and I will see you at the end for a roundup. All right guys, welcome. So here we are. Skincare is down. I didn't bother showing you, but as usual, I did my micellar water after my cleanse in the shower. Did a spray of the Elemis Soothing Apricot Toner. Then I used as my serum the Snoxin 2, which is nearly at the end of its life, but I do love it. Then I used the rest of my Elemis Rose Marine Cream, because I decanted this when I went to Lisbon, we will discuss. And then the CeraVe eye cream that I'm using at the moment. So that is my skincare. Now, as you can see, because I went away, I always use SPF primer, which I'll show you in a second. I use SPF 50, especially since getting Botox is super important. We went to Lisbon, it was super hot, so I have broken out a little bit. I have a bit of a tan, a bit of high colour, which is rare for me because I don't tan my face with like SPF, makeup, everything. But yeah, we've had a few breakouts. So as always, I'm going to be totally honest. This makeup is what is going on my skin as it looks now. You'll see the transformation. So let's prime. You guys know I love the Bobbi Brown SPF primer, SPF 50 Protection Plus primer, because it's really, really good. It's not super thick. It doesn't leave like a white cast on your skin. It just sinks in. This one is nearly empty. I did take it to Lisbon praying it would last the weekend, and it did. That's great. But I have to keep it upright now because it is getting to that stage where I'm literally just using the absolute dregs of it. Lisbon was gorgeous. I will insert some pictures while I prime. Went there to see a friend of mine that I used to work with, and she is Portuguese. She moved back home. So yeah, we threatened we would go visit, and we did. She was an amazing tour guide. I have walked my little legs off. I have blisters on my feet, and I have a tan, which is delightful considering it's nearly September, because the weather in the UK has sucked lately, so I haven't got any tan whatsoever. I am going to Mallorca with my mum in about 2 weeks, so that'll be a much needed week of R&R. So that is the primer. For my foundation, as this is a kind of chatty get ready with me of the new makeup that I've bought. I haven't bought a load of new makeup, but what I have, I will slap on my face. It's summer. I'm going to go in with the Halo Glow Liquid Filter by e.l.f. and I use the shade 4 Medium. I think this is a bit too dark for me. I did go into store and I tried on the 3 on my hand, and that was a bit too light, so I'm not sure, but I mean, because it's just a filter, it's not like, it's just a, well, I don't even know what it is really, it's just a glow, isn't it? It gives you a tiny bit of coverage, but it gives me colour, and I'm not sure if I want that, but you know, I'm making it work. But look at the glow though, it is really good. And it is not a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, but if you can't afford Charlotte Tilbury, it's not bad. But I wouldn't say it's a dupe. Okay. That's that. Now we have the foundation. This is the Ambient Lighting Foundation, which is 7.5. So now my Botox, let's discuss a bit of Botox for a second, is completely set. I had my top-up appointment 2 weeks ago and I am so much happier now with the results. Like, I was happy before, but just that little tiny lift, I don't even know if you can notice it, like it's that minuscule, but to me, oh, it's great. And because obviously I didn't want my eyebrows lifted like up to my forehead. So she did an amazing job. She totally got what I was saying. And it's just so nice to have an esthetician that you know you can trust. Like, honestly, I think a few of my friends have contacted her since I've had my Botox done with Sophia, so they're all happy, so happy days. My mirror, so I can actually make sure this is good, because obviously I'm zooming you guys in, but I'm blind as a bat, as you know. Now already, look at how that foundation and primer, or not primer, sorry, the glow filter thing, has like really evened out my skin. So the lighting might be a little bit mad because, as always, you know me, I film in natural daylight, so it's a really bright sunny day, but there's a lot of clouds, so it goes up and down. But this is actually really good for now. So you can see that I have the coverage. I'm going to put a bit of extra concealer on there because I always do. Going in, as always, with the Correction, Perfection, whatever it's called, Collection, Skin Perfecting, what is it? Lasting Perfection. You think using it for like 10 years, I'd know what the bloody name is, but I'll link it below. As always, you know, guys, this is just the one. And it just gives me the colour that I have. Now that I've had my Botox done, it's now settled, I can start using my vitamin C serum again. But the thing is, when you have Botox or, you know, anti-wrinkle injections, whatever, you can't use anything strong on your skin for like 2 weeks. And because I had the Botox, then I had my top up, it's been a month. So my skin is desperate for that Elemis Super C serum. And I've nearly finished my Snoxin too. So once that's done and I trash it, I will get my vitamin C back in my life. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I have a new powder to try as well, which I'm excited about. I will try that right now for you. I'm really hoping it works because it's the Laura Mercier Ultra Blurring Powder. Let's test. Scrap that. This is my issue with new makeup. I've got the contour wand to try, and this Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, oh my god, the amount of times I've gone to use it and forgotten to use it before I set my makeup. So this is what the doe foot kind of spongy thing looks like, and it's so weird. So it opens and closes like that. When it's open, you squeeze it, and you have to squeeze it really lightly because the product just kind of seeps through the sponge. And this terrified me the first time I used it, but I've seen all the young girls do it on TikTok. So you kind of go from like the top of your jaw and you put the dots there and across your forehead. That was one tiny little squeeze, guys. And I know it looks mental, but like with all these things, trust the process. Now I get my beauty blender. I've tried this with a brush and a beauty blender, but I prefer the beauty blender. You just blend it in. And it basically just contours a little bit. I don't want contour, like I don't want to look all sucked in and everything, but it just gives you a bit of colour where your definition is, or should be. And I sort of do it on my forehead where the high points of my face are, where the sun would naturally hit my face. And I will put bronzer on top of this later. But I just like the kind, you see that sort of definition? It's good, right? And it's not too wild, but it just does something. Like, I love the sort of, it's a bit chiseled. And then when the whole look comes together, you'll see. So now I'm going to get the Laura Mercier out and we're going to set this whole thing. New. I mean, it's like box fresh new. So this is the Translucent Setting Powder Ultra Blur. I got it on sale. Look fantastic, I want to say. It was like 35% off. a great sound. It was like 35% off, and Laura Mercier rarely lets me down, so I was like, do you know what? That's what it looks like. Give it a little shake. Before we do that, I now set my under eyes first with the Pat McGrath under eye blurring powder. If the Laura Mercier blurs as much as this eye powder, we're in for a treat. So this, I kind of just press it. I'll bring you guys in. And the reason I do this here is because this is specifically for your under eyes. It blurs and highlights, and for me, it doesn't crease as much as like a regular setting powder. And my creasing, it is something that I'm noticing more of, because obviously Botox does good for like above here, but it doesn't, unless you have it under your eyes, it doesn't really do anything. So I kind of just put it above my brows, on my eyelids, and just down my nose a little bit, just to kind of bring it all together so it doesn't look like you've just got your under eyes set. But look, already it's like, it's not too crepey, and throughout the day it doesn't crepe anymore. And I like I say, I know I have lines because I'm 44, so this is kind of as good as it gets. I'm going to take it. Translucent, so it's oh god, that's really full. So it's the same shade. I can't really tip it without tipping it everywhere. God, that's really full. Okay, wow. So I'm going to take a tiny little bit of on my brush and tap it into the lid, and then just kind of give it a little, and then just pat around my skin, like pat it, don't drag it. Avoiding the eyes that we've just set. I say that to you, I'm also saying it to myself. Because man, can I take a bit more? The amount of times that I've just gone over my eyes with a powder and just thought, oh, you've made all that effort. Get my mirror. I need more hands. Can't really tell in this, but I'm sure you guys can. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Ooh, wow. Okay. I'm going to get a powder puff and press this in properly to really get the blur effect, but wow. Wait there, I'm excited. So I have a MAC powder puff here that's like older than probably a lot of people watching. They discontinued this powder puff years ago. I'm just going to use like that much. Pat, pat, pat. Wow. Again, avoid the eyes. And again, talking to myself. Holy guacamole. Okay, that's amazing. It is more expensive than the regular powder. That's why I wanted to try it, but honestly, that has blurred really freaking well. Look at my skin. Look at that sheen. All right. Yes, Laura. I'm really impressed with that. Really impressed. We are going to do the rest of the makeup and then see how it all looks, but come on. Let's talk eyes, guys. I know you've been waiting for this one. This is the Pat McGrath Sunlit Seduction. I've worn this all month. I've had this now for it's probably about a month. And I only didn't wear it in Lisbon because I'm not about to be taking my Pat McGrath on an aeroplane. There's just no way. To start the process, I always use, for pink shadows, I always use a pink cream product for the product to stick to. So this is Socialite by Maybelline. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know this has now been discontinued. Honestly, saddest moment of late when it comes to makeup announcements. I am not happy that Maybelline are cutting the colour tattoo from their range. I have used it, I'm not exaggerating, I've used the Maybelline colour tattoos for well over 12 years, well over. I would say closer to 15 years, and it makes me incredibly sad that they're cutting one of their most iconic products. So the funny thing is, right, after Botox, I can't raise my eyebrows. So doing eye makeup, you will notice, possibly, my technique has had to change. I've had to adapt, which I'm absolutely fine with. It just makes me laugh because I didn't think of it. Because normally when you do your mascara, when you do your eye makeup, you raise your brows to... That's probably why my eyes were so, like, lined. My forehead was so lined. But I just never thought of it. So I'm going to start with, I don't know the names, because the annoying thing with Pat McGrath is, and I love Pat McGrath, you know me, I love her. The annoying thing is, these palettes are beautiful, but they have no names on them. You get a card inside, and I've got all my cards in a drawer. On the back, I put the name of the palette, in case I ever have to tell you, but I'm just going to point, because, you know, you're not going to be like, oh, what colour's that name? Like, who cares? So I'm going to go in with this lighter shade here, all over the lid. I just use a fluffy brush. This is the Zoeva 221. And as you can see, pigment is strong with this one. Like, these Pat McGrath palettes are ridiculously pigmented. I start at the outside. Now I have to tip my head back a little bit. I shut my eye and I just kind of go to town in the crease and the V, and just kind of... Nowadays, I take my eye makeup a lot higher because I just prefer the look of it. Since Botox, my face has changed and I'm here for it. Like, I love the change. I'm embracing the change. And I feel like I can be a bit more out there with my makeup now. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of Botox. I know people are funny about it, like, oh, age gracefully and everything. I am aging gracefully, but I'm aging the way that I want to age. If I can age without having to, you know, do loads of face exercises and wash out, I tried all that crap, and honestly, like, it's great, but I haven't got time. Like, by the time you go in the bathroom, do your 10-step skincare routine, then 10 minutes of wash out, then you're doing your flossing and your teeth. You're in the bathroom for like 2 hours. No one's got time for that. I really don't have time for that. So now we've got the pink down. I'm going to go in with the sparkly shades. I'm going to apply this with a brush, I think. So I'm looking for my Natasha Denona brush. This little Natasha Denona brush that we got in the Metropolis palette, I think it was Metro palette, whatever it was called, the mini one at Christmas. This brush is fantastic because it's dead flat, so it's really good for applying sparkle. So I'm going to go in with this sparkle here. I used to apply these with my fingers, but since Botox, it just goes all over my eyelid. Oh dear. So this is some of a purpley colour. And I just, again, tilt my head back, apply there, and I go a bit higher, go up here a bit. Love the sparkle. And it's a bit purpley, so you've got the pink and purple kind of mixed together. Yeah, I can't do now. A darker colour on the inside. I'm not going to do the inside anymore. I kind of just do a bit outwards because my crease now is quite deep. I don't like to go really in there because I think it makes my eyes look smaller. So I'm going to get like a... It's not a flat brush. It's the Luxe Petite Crease Brush. It's 231 by Zoeva. And I'm going to use this kind of plummy, reddy shade. It's lovely. Yeah, I love all these sort of pinky tones. I'm here for them. And I wasn't going to get this palette. I'm like so happy that I did. So I'm just going to plonk that there. Obviously going to blend it. Don't worry. It's a process. Plonk, plonk, plonk. I'll get that fluffy brush again. Same one, no colour on it, just blend. I blend it on my like brow, on my bone sort of thing. Is it a brow bone, that bit? Sort of, probably. Brow bone. And blend, blend, blend. This, honestly, this palette is so pretty, and I got it with 2 free gifts. So I got the Pat McGrath kohl pencil and a mini blush, which unfortunately we're not going to use today because as great as it is, and it is actually my favourite blush colour from Pat, it's an orangey tone, and that's so not going to work with this eye look because it's pink. So no, but I'll show you anyway. This is that. I mean, stun. I'm just going to pull her out a little bit. Oh God, Love, love, love. Look at that, what a difference. Love it. And then I'm going to get the brush that I use for my Pat McGrath under eyes just to freshen up that, because it's not got any fallout, but just to tidy it a bit. Nice. In all of her palettes, she does the first shade is like a light highlight shade, and it is actually really nice just as a shadow. I have tried that recently because I've got like 6 of them. They're all virtually the same. And it just kind of opens up the eyes a little bit. Now, eyeliner. I'm still on my Kat Von D. I can't do it on here, I just can't. So I'm gonna go off camera and do it, but you've seen it before a million times. I might insert a little video of me doing it before when I could actually do it on camera. That one time I managed to capture the magic of me actually being able to do it, but wait. So my eyes are done now. This was the cutest little blush from Pat McGrath, but as you can see, the colours just don't work together, which is a real shame, but this is my favourite blush from Pat, and it is Paradise Venus. Absolutely stunning. So while my eye makeup is drying, we're going to bronze up with the Pat McGrath. This is the Divine Bronzer in Bronze Nirvana. This is the same shade, I'm convinced. Not official, this is just my opinion. It's the same shade as the Desert Glow, which has the shimmer, but without the shimmer. I have both. I have done extensive research. I think it's the same. So I just go to the high points of the cheeks and the forehead and down this way, all with the same application. Really light hand, and I'm using the Illamasqua blush brush. I always use brushes for what they're not intended to be used for, but look at that lovely bronze. Look how natural that is. Because I do have a little bit of colour on my face, it looks even better. This is what I was wanting from the Pat McGrath bronzers. These are new products to the market, to me, from her. This Bronze Nirvana, I'm not sure I've showed you this particular one before, because I have got quite a few. Once I bought one, I was like, oh hell yeah. Contour a tiny bit, because they're so finely milled. Look at it, it's phenomenal. So finely milled, so natural, so pretty, and with that blurring powder, I mean, what the hell, man? I just look fantastic. All this is gonna be wasted on a trip to Asda. This is literally my day, going to Asda. What a waste. But I get to show you lovely people, so it's fine. Next up, I think we're gonna do mascara, because this is new. I won this at the Charlotte Tilbury Counter in Selfridges, because they have the 100 Years of Disney and they have a game, and I won a mini mascara. It's absolutely tiny, but for my weekend in Lisbon, it was amazing. And now I've opened it, I kind of just want to finish it up. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. I might have to get really close and personal, because because I can't lift my eyebrows, and my eyelashes, you've heard me slag them off for years. They are ridiculously small. I have to do this and apply. Yes, I had to do that before I got my brow lift, my top up, and I still have to do it. So let's get close. This is the Botox reality, guys. Let me know if you have Botox, do you have to do this too? My eyelids are so freaking heavy, even when they've had the lift. Like, part of me at some point wants to get that little mini operation where you just get a tiny bit of skin removed from your hooding, just to kind of take it away a bit. Now obviously I have to sort of tilt forward a little bit because I don't want my mascara to go up here. So while that one's drying, let's do our brows, and then we can go in for a second coat of this. But I like this push-up mascara. I like the little brushes, I like the travel sizes, especially with what I've just had to do there. It just makes life so much easier. Brows, nothing new, still the Hourglass arch brow. It saves lives, what can I say? And this spoolie on it is just divine. I love it. Today I have to wash my makeup brushes because I got back from Lisbon last week and I have not. We got back really late, our flight was delayed. obviously British Airways at the moment are not the one. So I just go underneath and I fill in any little blanks to kind of make it look more full. So we were delayed by like an hour, which is fine, but our flight was at 7 p.m, so we didn't get back home until nearly midnight, so it was a long ass day. And the next day I had a lot to do because obviously we got back on Saturday night, so Sunday was washing, cleaning, shopping, getting ready for work the next day. So I didn't wash my makeup brushes. I didn't bother in the week because I was busy, and here we are. So I need to just fill in the front bit. I kind of assess the situation. That looks alright. I might just do a little bit up here, just to kind of define it a bit further. But it's one of those things where my brows, I do need to go somewhere and have them done properly. I have been tending to my own brows since 2020, since the pandemic hit. I used to get them done every couple of weeks at a salon, but they were still quite thin. And I've grown them out and I just plucked the underneath bits, but I do feel like they need now a bit of attention. But because it's like going to a good hairdresser, isn't it? I get so scared that they're going to cock it up, because most people, they take away my front bit, they make them dead skinny like 90s brows, which I don't want. I want to try and explain to somebody, I want to grow them out, so you have to help me to grow them out. Don't just make them really skinny. How do I do that? So those are done, so let's go in with a second coat of this Charlotte Tilbury, and the brush is really nice. Let me show you the brush. Thing down. The brush is like flat and it's got like a comb, so you literally brush your lashes. So I hold it to the side and just kind of give it a little wiggle. Nice. I like that. Looks good. And then we're gonna do a natural eyeliner. This is my favourite one. This is the Barry M. What's it called? It's a coal nude. It's just coal nude. Vegan, cruelty free, all the things we love. And I'm just going to apply it there. Do you see how it's not white? It's just nude, so it makes your eyes look really open. Just got a blob there. It's not good. Get a little smudge brush. Nice. Okay. Blusher. Elephant palette. Took this palette to Lisbon because it's got a bronzer, 2 blushes, a highlight and 2 finishing powders. So I'm just going to go in with my little Boots blush brush, and I'm going to use this one because it's so glowy. And as we've got the blur, we've got the glow from the halo. Sort of pop it there. What a pretty pink. Just goes really, really well. We'll use the highlight as well. Bring it up a little bit higher and blend it all out. Love that. And my highlight brush, just use it. Well, this is a contour brush that I use for highlight. Oh no, angled highlighter brush. Oh my god, I actually use one brush for what it's meant to be used for. And then that's the highlighter. It's kind of gold, which is working nicely for today. Woo, look at that. Pow. Honestly, never really did highlight, but Hourglass just, they know. I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna put some down my nose because this is the problem with my Hourglass ones. I'm like, ooh, I like a bit of this, like a bit of that, and before you know it, look like a Tin Man. Yep, look like the Tin Man. Love. Okay, let's blow their minds at Asda's. Right. Lip. Oh my God. I bought a Dior lip glow that's been on my list for a long time. Never pulled the trigger because it looks really nude. Honestly, it's the best thing I did. This is Rosewood, and it's a lip glow, which basically means it brings out the natural colour of your lips whilst giving a little tint of colour. You're going to want it. Look at that. I mean, right, I'm gonna go and do my hair. I will come back, film the beginning of the video and the end of the video. But I mean, I just love all of this makeup. That Laura Mercier Blur powder is phenomenal. And as you can see, look, with my Botox, look how different my makeup looks. My forehead, there are no lines there whatsoever. It is just, it's magic. It is actual magic. Right, I'm gonna go and style my hair, and I'll come back for my final roundup. And I really hope you enjoy this chatty get ready with me. So as you could tell, my standout product from that video, honestly, is this Laura Mercier blurring powder. I mean, I'm here for it. I don't think I would use it every day. I think I would save it for best. I do use the normal Laura Mercier setting powder day to day, but for nights out and things, I mean, come on, this just looks unreal. And as you know, I love, love, love the Pat McGrath Sunlit Seduction. And as I wasn't going to get it, I'm shooketh. I'm really happy with everything that I got. I love the Charlotte Tilbury wand. It does kind of give me that little bit of a chiseled cheek that I didn't really have before. It's not groundbreaking. It doesn't do like a massive amount, but it does enough to really see the difference. So I'm happy with everything. But that Dior lip glow, I'm so happy that I finally pulled the trigger. And the reason I didn't before was so I had a few that I had to use up, and I've used up a couple, and I just really wanted to try that one for like autumn, winter. But even for summer, this with this eye look is just everything. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed. I will see you next week for, I think it's going to be August favourites. We might actually do it on time. Shock horror. So thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed my Botox vlogs. That is something that's quite new to me to do the vlogging, but I actually really enjoyed the process, and it's good for me to look back on as well. So I am glad you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in next week's video. Take care, guys.